The SEAL Admiral asked her call sign as a joke. Then, Night Fox commanded silence. The hangar was a storm of noise, jet engines whining, hydraulic lifts hissing, boots striking the steel floor in rhythm. Dozens of SEALs and aviators moved with the efficiency of chaos, prepping for a classified night op in the Indian Ocean. The briefing room door slammed open, and in strode Admiral Rourke, broad shoulders, gravel voice, the kind of man whose stare could pin an entire platoon. "All right, listen up," he barked. Conversations died instantly. "We've got a new tactical advisor joining us tonight. Command says she's got field clearance, but I'll be the judge of that." Murmurs rippled through the crowd. From the back, boots clicked against the concrete, measured, unhurried. A woman stepped forward in a plain flight suit, the only thing marking her rank a small patch half torn on the sleeve. Her hair was tied back, eyes hidden behind aviator shades though the hangar lights burned cold white. Rourke squinted. "You the one command sent?" "Thought they were joking." She said nothing, just gave a nod. The SEALs chuckled under their breath. Someone muttered, "What's she gonna do, analyze weather patterns?" Another snorted. Even Rourke smirked. "All right, advisor," he said, voice thick with irony. "You got a call sign, or should we make one up for you?" A few laughed outright now. She didn't react. For a long moment, she just looked at Rourke, steady, unreadable. Then she took off her shades and set them on the table beside the mission map. Her eyes were ice-cold gray, the kind that had seen too much. "Call sign," Rourke repeated, half teasing. She finally spoke, voice quiet but cutting through the hangar like a blade through silk. "Night Fox." The room went still. A wrench clattered to the floor somewhere. Rourke blinked, his smirk vanishing as recognition flickered across his face. The name Night Fox wasn't supposed to exist outside black-level briefings. The woman tied to that codename had led one of the most covert rescue missions ever recorded, classified above SEAL authority. Half the men in that room had heard the rumors. The ghost pilot who flew through enemy radar, the one who vanished after saving an entire team in Yemen. Rourke straightened slowly. She cut him off. "That's enough, Admiral." The tone wasn't disrespectful, it was command. Pure, grounded authority. The same steel voice Rourke himself had used in war zones. No one moved. No one spoke. The silence was total. Rourke finally gave a slow nod. "Understood, ma'am." Around the room, SEALs shifted uncomfortably, eyes darting to one another. The woman called Night Fox turned toward the mission board, scanning the routes, her gloved fingers tracing a path no one else had noticed. "Your infiltration point's wrong," she murmured. "You'll be under radar sweep here." Rourke glanced down, saw she was right, and for the first time in years, he didn't argue. "Adjust it," he said quietly. And from that moment, no one in the hangar dared laugh again. The projector hummed as the lights dimmed, throwing blue light across the hangar walls. Admiral Rourke stood aside now, arms folded tight across his chest. No one had to say it, Night Fox had taken command. She stepped to the front of the table, her boots echoing softly. On the screen, a satellite image flickered to life, a dark mass of coastline, red markers outlining enemy strongholds. Her voice was calm, low, and absolute. "Operation Black Harbor," she began. "You've been told it's a recon extraction. It isn't. It's a trap." Heads turned sharply. Even the veteran SEALs exchanged uneasy glances. She pointed to the northern sector, where a single access road snaked through the terrain. "Intel from command is 6 hours. Outdated. Hostile reinforcement has doubled here. If you enter at Point Echo, you'll be boxed in within 15 minutes. "Then where the hell do we enter?" one of the lieutenants asked. She looked up at him, and for a moment, the hangar seemed to fade. "We don't enter. We drop." The room went silent again. Rourke frowned. "A halo insertion? That's suicide. The wind shear." She cut him off with a subtle hand gesture. "I've already calculated it. You'll drop at 0-100. The crosswinds stabilize for 6 minutes exactly. After that, the entire operation collapses." A young comms officer whispered, "How do you even know that?" She didn't answer right away. Instead, she tapped her wrist device, pulling up classified wind pattern telemetry that no one in that hangar should have had access to. The data scrolled fast, encrypted markings flashing across the screen. Rourke's jaw tightened. "That's restricted Navy satellite feed." She turned toward him, unflinching. "You asked for an advisor. You got a commander." The Admiral stared at her, then, slowly, he nodded again. "Proceed," he said. She shifted the screen again, zooming into a small, unmarked region on the map, an abandoned airstrip surrounded by cliffs. This, she said, is your real objective. They're holding 2 American agents there. One of them, Agent Harlow, is the last person who saw my team alive. A quiet gasp moved through the SEALs. Now it made sense, the shadow in her voice, the weight behind her authority. Rourke's voice softened. You're saying this it's personal. She met his gaze squarely. It was. Intel Command buried the file. Silence. The kind that pressed down on every chest. She turned back to the men, eyes scanning each of them. I'm not here for vengeance. I'm here because if we fail tonight, the same people who burned my team will vanish again. And next time, it won't just be 8 ghosts, it'll be all of you. The screen flicked off. The hangar lights snapped back on. Rourke looked around at his men, then back to her. Understood, Night Fox, you're leading this one. She gave a small nod. Gear up, Admiral. Wheels up in 30. No one questioned her again.